One of the biggest differences between Mayor Williams and former mayors is that he utilizes social media. This allowed him to energize the younger generations and get them to vote. Construction for the new house began in January. The house will sit between the Phi Mu and Tri Sigma houses here on NSU's Organization Row. HighFlex classes have worked at minimizing exposure to COVID-19, but like anything, these classes have had their positive and negative academic effects. It is Tuesday, March 17th, here on NSU's campus. As you can see, we're here in the parking lot where typically students fill it up with nothing but cars. Today, it's completely empty as students have been transitioned to online classes. Every graduate is allowed 4 guests who must remain socially distant and, of course, keep their masks on. It's one of the top-rated haunted attractions in Louisiana, but how are they doing business in the age of COVID? I take you out to Darkwood's haunted attraction in Natchitoches to see how things are going. I went out into the field to figure out how students are coping with HighFlex classes this semester. I have the story coming up on NSU TV. Since August 2020, Natchitoches has dealt with 2 hurricanes while still recovering from a pandemic. All this while a new mayor was being sworn in. I have this story coming up next on NSU TV. Last May, Holly Jenkins graduated as a communication major. Because of COVID-19, there was no in-person ceremony for her class. She could only watch ceremonies with her family and friends from the safety of her home. While there are positives and negatives to HighFlex classes, the format does help minimize the spread of COVID. With the end of the semester quickly approaching, Lemoyne says these classes will likely continue at least through the spring semester and possibly into summer. Gray skies and cold temperatures were in full swing, but that didn't stop eager Greek students from hanging out at the Alumni Pavilion for the NSU Greek Night tailgate. Students from all 17 sororities and fraternities were invited to the Greek Night basketball game. Located in Natchitoches, it is one of the top-rated haunted entertainment destinations in Louisiana, welcoming crowds from all over the country. Darkwood's haunted attraction has been spooking adrenaline junkies for the past 5 years with their haunted trail and psychedelic clown carnival attractions. Darkwoods came to life in the years before COVID-19 and long before most had heard the term social distancing. So for its 6th season, the attraction who built its reputation on close-up scares had to make drastic changes.
Crowd managers inside the park that are designated to do nothing but make sure that groups aren't too large. Excessive hand washing and hand sanitization stations. Masks are required both by staff and by visitors while they're here.
Not only are visitors asked to follow precautions, the ghouls, ghosts, and goblins are all taking part. Scare actors are required to wear PPE to ensure the safety of visitors. Although safety measures are in full swing, that's not stopping fear seekers from having their fun this Halloween season.
I mean, I didn't really notice it all that much, but I guess that was a good thing because, it kept us safe. And they kept their distance from us, so I felt safe during the entire time.
Limited capacity did cause some visitors to leave early before viewing the Halloween carnival.
We're not waiting in line because it's getting late,
Yeah.
and they were only letting groups of 4 in, so we unfortunately have to leave before we even see that. So that's a bummer. But it was still fun for the most part.
Most visitors found that Darkwoods remained full of chills, thrills, and ghostly family fun, even if they had to wait a little longer in line to enjoy the adventurous outing. Some people say they won't be scared at Darkwoods this year.
No, that's good.
Those people may want to think again. Reporting for NSU TV, I'm Sydney Bulot.
Young man who said that I've made the ancestors proud tonight.
September 4th, 2020, a historic day in Natchitoches as residents gathered at the riverfront to witness the swearing in of Ronnie Williams Jr., the city's first African-American mayor.
Great feeling, but also when things kind of started to settle down, you understand, hey, I mean, everybody wants to do a good job. So there's some amount of pressure that comes with it as well.
Some of that pressure comes from attempting to solve problems facing Natchitoches. Williams is passionate about youth development. For example, the Boys and Girls Club left the city around 2018, and Williams believes this left a hole in Natchitoches' youth development programs.
Programs such as that, help them with their homework, help expose them to different cultures expose them to activities that build character and support academics.
Beyond youth development, Williams also believes in governmental transparency and keeping the community informed. One way he's done this is by increasing communication through the city's social media outlets.
So I just, want to keep people engaged, involved, what's going on. I think people, not only do I want it, but people want it as well. They appreciate it. They like being in the know, and I think they deserve that.
Williams is proud to be a millennial, and he believes this helps him connect to multiple generations. One of the biggest differences between Mayor Williams and former mayors is that he utilizes social media. This allowed him to energize the younger generations and get them to vote.
But I wasn't really interested in the politics of Natchitoches, and the summer was crazy, and that's when stuff was really happening. Until I started seeing a bunch of Facebook posts about it and stuff like that. I was like, maybe I should get more interested in the politics of my city.
Wilson also explained her initial support for Williams.
Because he is a black man, and we have never had, I feel like it's such a big change to have another voice that's never been in this position before.
After researching his policies, Wilson believed there was more than Williams' background to support.
He's bringing things to the table that these former mayors have never had, and that's a whole different way of looking at things.
While Williams has many political challenges ahead of him, September 4th will always be remembered as the day Natchitoches swore in their first African American mayor.